Nigerians have complained bitterly of how our justice and judiciary system is being run. We've heard stories of how our police officers demand money to set bail, which is supposed to be free, and a host of other injustices which are just not properly investigated. In the studio with us is Mr. Clinton Kanu, who was jailed for 27 years for a crime he did not commit. 27 years, a child would be married, had children by now.
Yes.
That's a long time. Let's take you back to the day of this crime. Just tell us, what exactly were you accused of? What happened on that day?
On the day of the crime, I wasn't anywhere near where the crime was committed.
Okay.
I was in Enugu.
Okay.
I just drove in home and to see my mother. That was all. But before this time, they were having these land problems. And I decided to become an arbiter because my junior sister was being married there.
Okay.
That was all. Then somebody felt I was taking sides, which was not so. They were my in-laws, and they were accused of stealing fluorescent tubes and plants, which wasn't what would bring problems within my in-laws. And we wanted to find out how. And then I discovered, as a consultant criminologist, that no plant was stolen. The properties were in the constructive possession of the owner. And then because they had land problems, that was all. They decided to frame up these guys and take them to... I decided to lock them up with the aid of one of their sisters who happened to be an assistant commissioner of police. I said, man, it doesn't happen like that. And I have never known that my people in my area have grown to giving false allegations against people like that. And I took up the issue, wrote to the area commander, visited him myself and introduced myself to him. And I have become a little bit popular than because in the university I was working with the Excellency then. Okay. And I was running his intelligence unit and his police unit that time. I was a very small boy. And so when I wrote, they took the matter up, and that was all. Somebody said, where did he read this cause that he could write to the magistrates and something happened? And it just like that was a problem I had. And then later on, something happened somewhere within the premises. They decided to accuse themselves again. That is my in-laws. And so when I came back, they said they wounded somebody or something like that, and that was all. Yes, and then the police came to me and told me that it coincided with my coming back again, that I know something about that I've been mediating between this, I've been an arbiter between these two factors. I said, yes, that they wanted to hear me. I said, okay. I was about going to Oka. I said, no, let us go back to Okiwe police station. So when I went to the police station, that was all. I didn't know there was a lady who was influencing this problem that time.
I'm looking at you and I'm saying he's well-spoken, he's well-read, also has influence. Because a lot of the times when we hear people who have been locked up for so long indiscriminately like that are people who cannot even defend themselves, they don't understand. But then to see someone of your caliber go through this, I guess the only explanation would be that there was a bigger influence.
Yes, and I didn't know that because I was too young to understand that then.
No, were they able to establish a crime?
Yes, because even the witness, no. They had a witness. I had two witnesses, and then that witness couldn't prove anything. And my two witnesses, yes. And Justice Ohankwe just decided to do what he just decided to find.
So you were sentenced to the 27 years?
No, what happened was that my case lasted in the High Court. It's an interesting one. In the tribunal. Now, when that case came up, when I was detained at Owerri prison, now they decided to find some courts that would try me faster. They now went and added armed robbery. And took me to the tribunal. That means I would have been tried under 2 weeks.
Yes.
That was during that notorious Otukoto case.
Okay.
But God in his infinite mercy, the tribunal judge said he doesn't see anything that should warrant me being, that kind of... And it lasted in the tribunal for 7 years. Wow. Where you are supposed to be tried for 3 weeks.
So you were imprisoned for the 7 years where you were supposed to be...
When I was supposed to be tried in a tribunal. Tribunal couldn't try me because there was nothing substantive. Then they took me to a normal court. Justice Ohankwe knew that nothing was... He now summoned up courage in 1999 to sentence me to death.